Hearing the success stories of other women and how they overcome the challenges they faced in this difficult conflict situation can strengthen the self-confidence and conviction and inspire other women to achieve their goals. Our podcast, therefore, aims to empower Sudanese women by showcasing accomplished women and their remarkable stories of resilience and perseverance through a podcast series called At Afternoon Coffee. Because Afternoon Coffee is a safe space for us as Sudanese women to talk, share, and draw strength and resilience from each other. This podcast should inspire and empower Sudanese women and girls, especially the younger generations. I am Sarah, and at today's Afternoon Coffee, I am thrilled and glad to have a very strong lady who will share her story and journey with us. Welcome, Rounag. At today's Afternoon Coffee, Rounag, please introduce yourself to us. Your name, where are you from, and in which field do you work? Did you start your work before the war in Sudan or after you moved out due to the displacement?
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Sarah, for having me today. I'm so glad to be with you at Afternoon Coffee podcast. I'm Rounag Shimela, the founder and the general manager of Shimela International Co. Ltd. I'm from Al-Miglet, West Kordofan State, Sudan. I used to work in this business for a long time since COVID breakdown. But actually, I'm a medicine student at the third year at Ahfad University. I started to work this business since the lockdown, but wasn't registered at the company at that time. Actually, I started to work at the pharma from the beginning. In 2019, when the breakdown at Corona, I went back to the village and I don't have anything to do. I've been thinking that, do I want to stay like that doing nothing? I said, it's a great opportunity. It's now raining. I can be a farmer. Why not? Women also can work at the farmers and I can be a productive person instead of sitting doing nothing. And at that time, things getting very difficult, especially after in 2016. I lost my dad. And for a girl who just lost her dad, and we know after the corona, things getting very difficult. So I work at the farmer. After that, I get the idea why I work at the farmer and get all these expenses, and some people just export it and get higher profit. From here, we turn it to a company called Shimela International Co. Ltd. And actually, it was an idea for my father before he died in the late 19th. He worked in the same idea, and he actually ended up not very satisfied for him. So that I get the motivate from that time. In 2022, actually in 22 of November, we registered as a company and we start working, exporting oil seeds. After the war, we ran from Khartoum to Juba. Things was very bad. I was very disappointed because we were doing very good job and we almost make it was like it's a life-changing and everything has been destroyed. But when I came to Juba, I still have the passion. I pulled myself up. I said, go girl, you can do it again here. Because when you start from small things and you get bigger. But we shifted from oil city exporting to solar system and real estate.
Moving on your journey, Rounag, what were the biggest challenges that you had faced as a working woman back in Sudan, whether they were psychological, social, or physical?
Wow, Sarah, it was very crazy at the beginning. From the story of farming, when I said to my family I'm going to farm, for them was a shock. We don't have a woman or a girl going to farming. And my mom and my grandmom even, they haven't farmed before, and they haven't seen even my mom and my grandmom, they haven't saw a farm by themselves before. And one of my uncles said, we cannot let you. What was really nice when my grandmom stand and said, I'm going with her. And my mom said, oh, this farm is mine. That was one of the challenges. And you know, in Sudan, oilseed sector occupied by men only. You as a woman, when you go to the seed market, and you just going there, and there is no much girls in the market, and you feel you are alone, and you know, men just look at you like, what she's doing here. That's one of the challenges. And when we come to register it, when we go to the bureau and they ask us what sector you want to work, and we said we want to work on oil seeds, they said, you are alone doing that, or there is some people with you? And I feel very humiliated, like I am the one who want to do that. One of the psychological challenges that affect on me, when you are a girl and work on that sector, a lot of men humiliate you. You go back to your home very, very upset. Yeah, that was very hard for me. Sometimes even I cannot work continuously for a month. I just have like 2-3 days very upset. I cannot even get up from my bed. Yeah.
Wow, that's actually really interesting and inspiring, how your grandmother stands for you and supported you. So I want to know, did you have a role model back then, someone who inspired you to keep going on?
As I mentioned before, my dad was the one who was my role model. He was my hero even. When he used to tell me about the project that fell in Al Gadarif, you know, for a man from the west side, changing from, we used to plant peanuts, but he make different. He plant sesame in Al Gadarif, and even with international investors. But he felt, and when he tell me about it, I want to walk in his step, and I want to make him proud while even he's not here. That's one of the things that make me just go and never give up. One of the women that I used to meet in the farm, she was very inspired for me. She's very old, like 50 years old, but she still works with passion, and she don't stop. When I asked her why, she said, I need to participate. I don't want to feel I'm just someone that can stay and everyone can provide help for him. He wants to be the help provider instead. That was the thing for me, for a young girl like 19 years old, and she just finds someone 50 years old and he working, and you feel like, I want to be that.
The next question has two sides, a funny side and a sad side. So what's the best piece of advice you still remember? And what was the worst piece of advice that you were given?
One of the best advice I get actually from my teacher in high school. His name is Samir Nasser. He was our English teacher. He told us he said, walk in silence and let your success be the noise. Was my best until now. I'm taking it with me every time. Yeah. And one of the worst things I've heard in my life, it's not easy for you as a girl to work in this kind of things. And also has been repeated a lot in my life, even sometimes with people close to me. But I can overcome it every time because I know who I am and what I can do in my life.
Of course, the context has changed since the outbreak of the war. The experience of a new country and a change in a lifestyle are challenging, but we all know that Sudanese women are strong, resilient, and thrive everywhere. However, we would like to hear from you what challenges you faced when you came to South Sudan and how you were able to overcome them. What is your experience running a business from South Sudan or setting up a business in a new country?
Actually, in South Sudan, when I come first, I found the people there are very welcomed. They help us because, Sudan and South Sudan, like one people in two countries, already they welcome us, and they were very kind and gentle in their providing help for me, especially on even the lawyers that has registered was very, very, very nice person. I don't think that was very difficult. Even I can say it's easier than starting in Sudan, for sure. I can say that I've faced a lot of challenges on, sitting new sector. I used to work in oilseed. I already have a good experience on it. But, when you shift to new sector you haven't worked before, you need to have a new plans. You need to have a new pathway. That was difficult for me. Even I don't have that much knowledge about panel systems, solar, and even the real estate. Because we changed to this because we know South Sudan is the perfect place for the two sectors. But how we're running, how to enter the market was one of the challenges. But we made with our team a very good plan, and we're working now. Things are getting even better. I think even if we're back to Sudan, we're gonna continue working on these two new sectors.
That's actually very nice and interesting. Maybe when I plan to come to Juba next time, I will contact you to help me to find a nice place to stay in.
Yes, please come. You are highly welcome, Sarah.
Actually, Ronak, I wish hopefully that we soon, me and you, continue having our afternoon coffee under the shade of a tree in Al-Mujlad soon. So, Ronak, in the hard days, in the days that we feel very down, what drives you? What's your motivation? What makes you stand up and keep going?
Wow, Sarah, that's a tough question, but also a nice question. What really motivates me? I want to link it with my passion. And I also have crazy ideas since I start. When I start working, by the way, I was just only 19 years old, and I was a big dreamer. I put a plan even for my retirement. I want to retire by 35. Now I'm 24. It's like a basic for me. When I just broke down, I say, come on, Rona, you just have like only 10 years. You have your last goal in your life, and you put it like that. And by the way, I know I'm a medicine student. Yes, I enter the field because I like it, but for the finance, we do business. So I don't want after 35 years to feel I'm in need, and I don't want to feel that my family are in danger or even me. I just want to work for the passion. Yes, I want to continue after 35 for the passion only, not for money.
Throughout your journey and experience in Sudan and in South Sudan after the war, what is your advice that you have for other women wanting or thinking to set up a new business in the countries that we had to flee to or we had to migrate?
Sometimes I feel like I'm not the one that can give advices, but let me try to put it. I think they don't have to share it first with some people so that they don't get a bad impression for them. So why you want to work on that? You can't, so that they don't hear a negative idea. they need to have a good plan for it, and they to follow it as it is, and never wait for big support. They can start from small. They can be bigger.
At our last sip of our afternoon coffee for today, Ronak, what's the message you want to share for the Sudanese women and girls inside and outside Sudan?
Through this podcast, I want to send the message for Sudanese girls in and outside Sudan. Follow your dreams and never give up. I just came to the podcast to tell my story. I started as a little girl who just lost her father, but I haven't given up. I know what's very difficult now as it was before for me, like 5-6 years ago, but you can make it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ronak, for sharing your journey and your experience, the passion you have, your dreams and your motivation with us today at this afternoon coffee. It was a very delicious afternoon coffee. Thank you for all the listeners, and we are always happy to receive your comments and feedbacks on all of our social media platforms. Be safe, be happy wherever you are, and peace for Sudan. Thank you.